right. Good morning. Welcome to Interlude on Emptiness, Class 2. But first, we need to think about Class 1. Nothing is working on the computer. There we go. All right, so in this section of the text, K.J. says that someone is going to, or has glorified the Buddha's words. And so what is that person's name in Sanskrit and Tibetan except for word? Or Nick, or Ben, or Seiji, or Gibson? And what is his general approach for substantiating that claim? Okay, it was Arya Nagarjuna, or Pakpa Ludru. And what he's doing is he's quoting several scriptures that prophesy Arya Nagarjuna and his extraordinary teachings that explicated the Buddha's words. And so the prophecies that we've covered so far have contained both similarities and differences. Please give some of each. Okay. So they talked about a person who's a young nobleman, someone who becomes a monk, someone who's sitting in the audience with the Buddha, someone who, after Buddha reaches parinirvana, will spread the teachings, and someone who will reach enlightenment. Some of the dissimilarities. The person's name could be Naga, holder of intelligence, makes everyone happy. The number of years after the Buddha's parinirvana that this person appears, 80 or 400, the length of his life, 100 years, 600 years. Please name at least two of the texts containing prophecies that K.J. quotes. Okay, an alternating song of praise, Journey to Lanka, the Great Cloud, Root Tantra of Kalachakra, Sutra of Great Drum, Golden Light Sutra, Root Tantra of Manjushri. And no one knows this word, I bet.
What?
Why not?
It means not to fear, but Geshe said it meant something else.
That they don't honor?
Je means to forget. So not
What?
forgetting, but our world is named Miche, and it means the exact opposite, that we've forgotten our vows.
Geshe, isn't that a different J?
Yeah, it is. I made a mistake, I think.
Yeah. It means to fear.
Yeah, let me look it up. I did make a mistake there. J means to, yeah, to, it means to have, I did study it recently. J to forget is BRJED, and MJED is to fear in the sense of the fear of God. Okay, so they don't fear the consequences of breaking their deeds, and that's what our world is called. So I correct myself. Yep.
Great, thank you.
Different
Shing.
spelling.
Young.
Close.
Oh, youth.
Yeah. Lungten.
Prophecy.
Yes, very good. Okay, thank you.
Yay.
Whoa, what's that?
Who's woeing?
There was this huge noise in my ears.
I don't know. Let's see here. Okay. I have to, can you see my screen? You can't, right?
No.
Let's go back.
Not yet.
Okay, here we go. Good?
Mm-hmm. Good.
Okay, we had a reference from the Big Drum Sutra, and it referred to, and we wanted to check a text, but it referred to Nagarjuna as a 7-timer. And there's, all I could find in that text was, this reference here, 7 times, and talking about this monk as going to establish the Mahayana. Okay, so I would use that page in my footnote. There's nothing better in that sutra that I could find. Okay, so we'll pick up here. Who's up? Who's your checker, Utpala?
My checker is Ben.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Who's gonna check her? Your checker chooser is Ben, right?
Yeah, and he's going to check me first.
Okay. Oh, I am first. Okay, good.
Let's go. Drinsale.
Jinsele, lopen di ngaki langi kutse dala dorje chang tempo mundu zepar shete chikedu.
Okay. Java didn't realize, I think, Hari Badra's commentary on the Abhisamar Alankara. And it says, Lopandi ngaki lamki kutsela. This master will use the tantric path, and in his lifetime, he will actualize Muntadze, or he will achieve Dorje Changchenpo, tantric enlightenment. Okay, he will become a real Vajradhara. Okay, Zepar, he will honorifically do that. It says, and GK do means. Then there's a quotation. There's a quotation from the text. Okay, here's the quotation, by the way. And let me see here.
Oh, I don't have this text, Geshe-la. The one that you're working on.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I just found it. This is not Hari Badra's commentary, by the way. This is a tantric text. Okay. Let's see here. Do you want me to send it to you?
Oh, I would adore that. Thank you.
Okay, let me do it right now.
Got me on
Okay.
Speaking of Bhadra, I tried to find Bodhi.
Bodhibhadra, I think
Yeah,
I have.
and it's very, very difficult to find anything about him, for me anyway.
Yeah, maybe we have to search the whole database and.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do next. But I looked on TBRC, and the only thing I could find was that, yeah, he exists. I could find something by searching on Bodhidhara, but not by, or Bodhibhadra, but not by the Tibetan words.
Yeah. I didn't have time, but if we dig, we might find some things.
I found something on the internet that he was born around 1000, and that he gave Atisha bodhisattva vows.
That would make sense. Sorry. A good place to check is the Blue Annals.
Yeah, great, thank you.
Okay.
Your internet may be as bad as mine this morning.
No, it's coming. Okay, I sent it. Sorry. That's the ice cream. Okay.
Yep.
So, by the way, this text is actually found in a category of tantras on Guya Samaja of a system which is attributed to Nagarjuna. Okay, so it makes sense that it's making a prediction about Nagarjuna. Okay, and this is a very complex categorizing of tantric texts that me and Jigme did based on an ancient catalog that we found, which shows the logic of the Tangyur arrangement of the tantras. So this is a Anuttara tantric text in the Guya Samaja in the system of Nagarjuna, which talks about how far Nagarjuna got. Okay, and here's the actual quotation according to our author, Kedubje. Who's up? Ben?
How about Sunam?
Yay.
Yay.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to now get in the text, find out where we are. Sorry.
Datar. So look up
Yep, got it.
3A. Look up 3A.
Petar lupon tempo pel lutruk ki sheng nga ne ki niti dunje su niene sosorang rikpa dorje zinpa chempoe tingin zin jikten du tene hladang ni dewa lende shing mu tek tang nyante tang rang sangye ki santen tang Nyom par jukpe dewale de na ne. Sorry.
Okay. Now it's kind of ancient language. It's a translation from Sanskrit, right? Detar Lupan Chembo. In that way, the great master, the glorious Nagarjuna, okay? Shel nga ne ki could mean he's quoting him, okay? Shel nga ne means from his holy lips or something like that, okay? Or you could say according to himself. He reported, okay? Niki dun jesunyene. I have already found my own goals, okay? Ni meaning myself, okay? I have already reached my own goal, okay? Sosa rang riki dorje jimba chimba ting in zin. And I reached Sosa Rang Rikpa means self-knowledge, okay? A knowledge of my real nature. Dorji Zimba Chemba Dingen Zin. I have reached the concentration of the Vajradhara, okay? And they take that to mean he reached Vajradhara, okay? Jikten Dutene, and I displayed that in this world. Hlada mi dewale de, that state is beyond the happiness of gods and men. That state is beyond anything that can be reached by non-Buddhists, by listeners, by self-made Buddhas. It's beyond their states of concentration, and it's beyond any kind of pleasure which can come only from meditation. And we're going to talk more about that later in this text, in the next few pages. Okay, we're still on the quotation. Who's up next?
Rebecca.
Ooh.
Oh, am I supposed to read?
You're supposed to criticize.
Oh, great. Okay.
Yeah, so you should tell me, start already.
Oh,
Kewa tang gakpa tang drelwe teshin shekpe ku nampa tamche ki chok tang tenpa ku tawe chok mi shepa pop chu tang ma manjikpa la sokpa sangye ki yenten nam ki gienpa nye ne dewa chendu chakte yinten ki wang chuk ye tang tempe shukso she sung pa taro.
Good. Kewadan kapatan jawe deshin shepeku. I have achieved the body of a Buddha, which is devoid of all starting and stopping. Okay, it means chuku, dharmakaya, and ngonyiku, right? The emptiness body. Namba tamjeki choktan demba. I am in all ways possessed of the highest goal. Kutawe chomi shepa. Those who look upon my body are never, people can't get enough of looking at my body. Okay. Topje dam minjikpala sabasangiki yenden. Ki gyambanyeni. I have reached the state where I am adorned with the high qualities of the Buddha, such as the 10 powers. And Minjikpa, I think it's she, the 4 kinds of freedom from fear. Okay. Dewa Chente, I have traveled to Sukhavati paradise. Yundengi Wangchu Gedan Dembe. I sit there possessed of the 8 greatest qualities, which I didn't have time to check. Okay, I gotta check that one too. These, okay. And that's where I'm hanging out, Shukso, okay, She Sumba. So they quote this tantric commentary, okay. And there's the quotation, and there's where it starts, okay. And it's pretty much the same. Yeah, I don't, oh, by the way, it says Yun Dinki Wang Chu Gya. It doesn't say Yun Dinki Wang Chu Gye, okay?
Mhm.
And then in that case, that's just a big number.
Uh-huh.
You know, I like Ganden La Gyama,
Uh-huh.
you know, the 1,000 dead. So I believe it's just Gya. And I don't think it's gay. Okay. So, meaning a lot. Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right. All right. Not a specific 100 qualities. Okay. Want to, yeah. Meaning now the 100 kings of good qualities, meaning the highest of all good qualities. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Who's checking, Mr. Ben?
You'll say.
Yay.
Morning, Yosei.
Morning.
Yasei. Thank you for Diamond Mountain. All the
Yeah.
work you did.
Dena dorje chang nyepa ni longkui wang tu zela. Dewa tendu chumpatang. Gelwa yashenjung ne che jawar sangya parshe sangya warshe
Sangyawar.
sangyawar shepa namni trukui de patenpe wang tu chepate.
Yeah, and now our author is going to try to assign the various reports of Nagarjuna's enlightenment either to his reaching his Buddha paradise or to his reaching, his body of enjoyment or to his body of emanation, which for our author is going to explain why he's called different names as a Buddha, okay? Okay, so Dena, therefore, Dorje Chang Nyepani, when it says he reached the state of Vajradhara, right, the keeper of the diamond, that just refers to his lonku, okay, his paradise body, his body in paradise, okay. And then when it says, and I would say I would read this with preceding, okay. I'll just make a note, okay. Meaning, when they say he reached Vajradharahood, what it means is it's referring to the body he achieved in his paradise, which went to Sukhavati, okay? Made the journey to Sukhavati. And then I would split the meaning at dung, okay?
Okay.
And then when it says he was given the name of the Gyalwa Yeshi Jungne, the Buddha, who showed up on some kind of planet, and he was named the light of the source of light of wisdom, the source of the light of wisdom, or the light which has as its source the wisdom. When it talks about that, it's referring and saying he got enlightened as that person, that's just talking about the tuku.
Okay,
Okay.
the emanation.
Zepa means the deeds of the tuku. It's just indicating Tumbe Wang Tu Chepa. So the Wang Tu Chepa means is relative to, or relates to, or refers to. Okay, Wang Tu Chepa means that. And Wang Tu Ze is the polite form. So I think our author is struggling to explain why he's called two different names. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Oh, the Vajradhara part is just talking about his paradise body. And the part about the Buddha who showed up on a planet and was named the light, which has as its source wisdom, and he became enlightened as that person. That's just talking about his tuku, okay? And our author's trying to explain why the predictions of Nagarjuna have different names, okay? And again, people struggle really hard to find prophecies for lamas, okay? If you read any lama's biography, you will find all kinds of prophecies from the ancient books, like if there was a roach in the house of an ancient saint, then they'll say, oh, he was born a roach,
Mhm.
And some of them seem a little bit stretched, okay? This one doesn't seem so stretched, okay? All right, here we go. Who's up, Mr. Kramer?
How about EE?
Hey,
Okay.
E. Thank you, E, for hard work.
Thank you, 繼續啦。即係那通把 shut 哦，
I'll correct you. Go ahead.
即係那通把 shut 卡 to 把 di non 加把 do 美公 do 剛三加把
Sangye
把
par.
三加把 shea 把等加北 do 碟參
Dundir.
蹲碟參表領導參加北 Zappa
Zepa.
Zepa Tampa Mi Gapa Shino.
Okay, cool. Thank you, E. Now, our author is saying, look, I'm not stretching the predictions, okay? This thing about two different names referring to his paradise body and his emanation body, I'm not stretching it. We find a parallel thing happening with our own Shakyamuni Buddha, okay? Berna, for example, our own teacher, Dimba Shakyamuni, he got enlightened many, many eons ago, okay? Nun Kalpadume Kondo. Sangye Pashe, all the books say, he showed up in this world already enlightened. And the whole 12 deeds he did in this world were just for show, to give us an example. Okay, so, everybody agrees that Shakyamuni got enlightened a long time ago, probably with a different name, okay? And here in the time of Gyapa, which took me a few minutes to remember, sometimes our era is called anybody want to guess for 20 bucks?
The era where you live about 100 years.
Yay, word. Yeah, sometimes our times are called the times of 100, which means maximum lifespan 100 years, which is supposed to be pretty much close to the end of the world, okay, of this world, okay. Okay, so take up in dear. Here in the time of 100-year lifespans, maximum, he was, he pretended, or he put on a show of the Zepa, Chunyi, the 12 deeds of a Buddha, and getting enlightened, including getting enlightened. Okay, he came here to the Jambudvipa, to this planet, and pretended to get enlightened. Therefore, and those two are Mingelwa. What's that mean?
There's no difference.
Yeah, well, there's no contradiction
Oh, no contradiction.
that a person can get enlightened in one place 1 billion years ago and then show up in this world and pretend to get enlightened again, okay?
Right.
And he's using that to prove that he has not stretched the story of Nagarjuna, okay?
Uh-huh.
All right, who's up next? By the way, now we get to the real book, okay? Happily, we're done with Nagarjuna stories, okay? Which is how Jetsongkhapa himself starts his Gombarabsal. So it's kind of like in the Bible where they have to prove that Jesus had 63 generations of kings before him. And now we get to the real book, okay? So yay. Who's up, Mr. Kramer?
Vimala.
Oh, Vimla, thank you for the great snacks. You added to my COVID tummy very well.
Oh, I was not supposed to do that.
I had trouble doing your yoga. Okay.
Oh.
Like she did 30 push-ups in her yoga. I can't believe it. Okay, but my COVID tummy was useful at that time.
Dena lopen de niki Jesu drente tendir samotongpa ni chepala de konan ni so wa rikbe gyutsen samotongpa ni la mepe penyon chu de nyempa po kang la shepe ne shepar jawe chu nuso.
Okay, cool. So this whole book, which by the way, has to be one of the greatest books, presentations of emptiness ever made, and many other incredible topics. We're gonna follow, therefore, we're gonna follow this master, okay? Who? Nagarjuna,
Yeah.
okay? Therefore, he's so cool. We're gonna follow Nagarjuna, and I'm going to explain to you guys the profound, which is here in my book, okay? In my book, I'm going to teach you guys about the profound, which is a synonym for emptiness, right?
Mhm.
And I'm going to go through 4 sections. The first one is the reasons why Gyutsen, it's Rikpa Tatsolwa de Konani. What's that mean? Solwa like Chak Salwa.
Oh,
Find.
Look for you.
it makes sense to
To perfect.
seek
Yeah,
the
perfect. Yeah.
emptiness.
Suchness, yeah, good,
Suchness.
perfect. It makes sense, or the reasons why it makes sense to try to get the emptiness, okay? That's the first part I'm gonna teach you guys, okay? The
Yay.
second, I'm gonna teach you the opinions
The benefits.
of having a muppa towards emptiness. Aspiring, okay? Like being
An
hungry for
interest?
emptiness. Yeah,
Oh.
muppa means to wish or aspire or be hungry for something, okay? So secondly, I'm going to tell you how cool it is to be hungry to reach emptiness, okay? Which is not, in my mind, that much different from the first one, but okay. Then 3, who is a proper ne that you can shape out this che?
Who's a
Who's
proper,
a proper
vessel?
vessel?
Sorry.
Yeah, like he's going to describe people that are worthy of receiving emptiness teachings, okay? So what kind of Nyempa Po listener is an appropriate vessel for explaining this kind of teaching about emptiness? And then, thank God, he will get to
Explaining it.
the actual teaching, okay? All right, that's okay, that's okay. All right, number 1, why it's smart to look for emptiness. Number 2, why you are cool if you want to get it. Number 3.
Oh, that's the benefit?
Who's-
You'll be cool?
Yeah. Number 3, who is worthy to listen to emptiness teachings? And number 4, well, what are those teachings? Okay. That's going to be the 4 parts of our book. All right. Mr. Kramer, who's up?
Christina Kasica.
Yay.
Hey. Tamponi, de yang korwale, drova dun de nierpe, kebu takini, takmepe de konani, jitarian pa lekpar selne, takme tope, sharab gompala sowor be par chawayinte.
Nice. Here's the first one, which is why it's smart to try to get to emptiness. Okay. Those people, kebus, who dundunyewa doa, what's that mean? Who are
Who is
seek-
seeking for freedom?
yeah, aspire for freedom from samsara. Okay. They should sell dekoneni, which is the same as soul.
They should find it.
Yeah,
They should look for it.
they should seek avidly. Okay, lekbar. They should try really hard to find out exactly what this emptiness, where things are not themselves. Okay. How does that work? Jitayimba, how does that work? They should try to figure it out. Okay. And their soul practice,
Their main practice
should be Sharabgamba,
should be meditating on wisdom.
on wisdom,
Or
where they realize Tokpa that things are not themselves. Okay. Bepaja means they should make great efforts. Okay. Yay.
it
Now,
sounds like Chani Lama, doesn't it?
yeah, it's a lineage. I mean, as you translate more and more, you get a bigger and bigger faith in this lineage because it's so coherent. It's so coherent. Everyone is describing the same thing logically, and so it's very, very attractive, this lineage. Okay. All right. Who's next? Who's checking, Mr. Karuna?
Connie.
Yeah. Con, hi con. Te mena, ning gutang jelshing, shelshing ni tope, tingenzin shintu, ten patang, de tule jungwe, mumpar shepatang, zu trula sokpata, ni, mutekje tak lang, paktu mepa yupe, de tsang ki korwe, sawala, chiang ning nupe chiro.
Okay, if you don't make efforts in meditating on wisdom, and you just focus on meditating deeply, okay, without that content, okay, you just focus on getting rid of your ching and ge.
Your distractions and your sleepiness.
Yeah, and you get your meditation salwa and salwa more and more
More and
clear.
more clear.
And you go into deep states of mitokpa.
No thoughts.
Yeah, no gross thoughts, right?
Right.
And that focus becomes Shintatemba.
It becomes
without an E, Temba without an E.
Firm.
Yeah, it becomes very firm.
very firm.
You could sit there for hours and hours, okay?
Uh-huh.
And then because of that, De Tule, okay, due to its mystic power, you start to get Munshe.
Equal?
Cities.
Voyance.
Clairvoyances. You can read other people's minds. You can see the future slightly, stuff like that. And you start to be able to do Zutros.
Miracles.
Miracles. You can fly in the sky, walk through walls, travel underground through the soil. Okay.
Is that different from the word they use for magic?
The difference from the word they use for what?
Magic.
It's similar.
Doesn't it have a
but,
trill in it? I don't know. That's what I was thinking.
yeah. But yeah, it means those. I think there's 8 cities, like walk, travel at 100 miles an hour, walking, stuff like that. Okay. Dedani, Mutekche, non-Buddhist.
Oh,
And Mr. Kramer is going to tell us why they're called Mutek.
Well, they hang out on the decks, the steps by the river.
Yeah, Ganges River. Yay. They are steppers. Ganga River step hanger outers, Mutekche, which came to mean non-Buddhists or Hindus. Okay. Daklang, Bhakti Mepa Ye. They have zillions of these kinds of powers, Bhakti Mepa. Inconceivable, inestimable. They achieve all kinds of miracle powers, okay? But it doesn't korwa.
Doesn't
it
stop.
doesn't.
Hurt samsara.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't do any damage at all, Qiyang, at all, to the root of samsara for them. Detsamki means
If you only just do that.
Good. Wow. I think Amelie's whispering answers into your ear. Yeah, just that meaning without wisdom, without understanding emptiness, it's not going to do any damage at all, Qiyang, to the very root of samsara. Okay. Yay, Dr. Kramer, who's up?
Tang.
Yay, Tang Tang. Uh-oh. Tough lady.
Detar yang kepe wongpo kabala shile gomrim tang pole. Detar mikpala semten par jene sherab ki nampar chepar jate. Ditar shepe nangwa jungwe kune nyomong pe sabun tongpar giro.
Nice. Okay. Don't mess with Tung Tung. She got as much money out of me as a word.
I bet.
Very
She's
quietly.
sharp.
Very quietly, she emptied my pockets. Okay. Data Young, if you want more information about this concept, Kepe Wangbo, the Lord of all sages, Kamala Shila, says in his Gomrim. Now, Kamala Shila wrote 3 books called Gomrim.
Right.
Bhavana Krama. And they are short, by the way. They're like paperbacks. From his first stages of meditation, he says, the first thing you have to do is learn to put your stem, kemba, on the mikpa.
Put your mind on the object.
Yeah, on its object, whatever it is, okay? So the first step is shamatha, right? You have to be able to keep your mind solid on its object. But then you have to number chepa the object with shira.
You have to analyze the object with wisdom.
Good, nice. And if you do so, the nangwa of shepa will appear in your mind.
The appearance of wisdom.
Call it light, or call it the light of understanding. Okay, not shira.
Name of some Buddha.
Yeah, not shira, right? Just the light of understanding will rise in your mind, and you will be able to pongwa the saban of the nyomos.
You will be able to destroy the seeds of mental afflictions.
Yay! Yeah, and by the way, partly I chose Kedub J for you and Adam because he's doable. You guys will be able to translate a lot of this on your own. All right, here we go. Who's next, Mr. Kramer?
How about Catherine?
Okay.
Yay. Good evening, Catherine. Te tama yinna 무택chen nam shindu. Tingin sam yi nyomong papong war mingyuro.
Yeah, deta mayena.
And if you don't do it like that,
Yeah, then you're just shindu to the mutex.
then you're just
what?
Like the got sitters.
The same?
Yeah, you're just the same as those non-Buddhists.
oh, those non-Buddhists.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And all you've got tingins in some.
You've only got, and it's not going to get rid of your mental afflictions. You've only got
Right.
a single point of concentration, but it won't
Great.
be able to destroy your mental afflictions.
Great. And by the way, then Kamala Shila quotes a sutra. Okay. So we're still in the Kamala Shila quotation. Let's go. Who's next?
But
Greer.
is it a quotation or is it just a, what do they call it when it's not? a quotation?
Kamala Shila is gonna give a quotation from a sutra to prove what he just said. So I made a note here where the Kamala Shila quotation ends. Okay.
Oh, so this is all going to be indented then.
Yeah, and
Just
there's two suns here. See what I mean?
Yep,
It's
yep,
confusing. Kamala Shila said, Buddha said.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Thank you.
Go ahead. Who's checking?
Ping.
Yay.
Yay! Do de le jikedu. Jikten patak tingin gong che kyang. Dini taktu du she jikmanche. Dini nyomong chir shin ram trukte. Hua che kini tingzin dir gong shin.
Okay.
She sung patabuo, she sung so.
Yay.
Okay. So he says the sutra, a sutra says, okay, don't think it has to be the Bhaskara Sutra, okay. Jiten Padak Tenzin Gomche Kyang. People of the world, worldly people, can meditate on concentration, but it doesn't jig their douche of a dog.
Yourself.
But what's the jik?
Deteriorate.
Destroy.
It doesn't destroy their conception of a self.
Good. Yeah, it doesn't destroy their conception of a self. Deni nyomong chirshin rab trukte. You can read this cheer as for the purpose of mental afflictions, or you can read this cheer as comes back. Cheer lo, which means to come back, okay? And personally, I'm kind of attracted to reading it. I've had this quotation many times. We had it in the Lam Rim of Pabonka, for example.
Oh.
So I would read it as their mental afflictions reassert themselves, okay?
Uh-huh.
And then Rabtruk, mess up their mind. Trukpa means to cause a disturbance, okay? Like civil disturbances in a country are called truk, okay?
Uh-huh. And related to anger, right?
Not necessarily. It just
Okay.
means your mind will get jumbled up, okay? And you will end up meditating on the same focus that Hakcha did. And I gotta find it for you in the Lamrim. I did a big study of it. And Hakcha is a Hindu saint. I think he's the one who grew his hair long, meditating for years and years. And then the mice chewed on his long, beautiful hair. And then he got upset and collected seeds to go to the hell realms or something like that. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to make a note here. Check the Lamrim. Okay, it's in the Lamrim. Okay.
Okay.
Now, where this quotation comes from, I got the Gomrim for you. Here's the Gomrim.
Thank you.
Okay. And here's the quotation. Okay, and it doesn't tell you which sutra, you see? Neither one. You know, and by the way, the quotation is well quoted. Okay.
Okay.
So there's another place that I found, which is a commentary to the Shantideva, okay? And it credits this quotation to the King of Concentration Sutra, okay, Samadhi Raja Sutra. Now the Samadhi Raja Sutra, as I remember, I'll have to look it up for you. First of all, it's hard to find in the Kanya. And secondly, I believe it's not in verse. And people made up verses for it, I think. But I'll check it out for you, okay? And I'll give it to you, okay? And it takes a long time to find it, but I did it for the Alarm Rim course, okay?
So maybe it's in your notes?
Yeah, it'll be in my notes to the Alarm Rim. If you want, let me give them to you later because it'll just waste time. Okay, let's keep going, Mr.
Stanley.
Stanley. Ew.
Yay! Ona takangin korwa le droshina komrem tu trang mataki to te juktu.
Okay, you can translate that.
Oh God, no, I can't.
Takangi koreledu.
Well then,
Yeah.
what method should we use to free ourselves from samsara?
Good. Well, you can refer to the sutra that was just quoted, matak, okay? Chang means cited, pulled out like Changdun, okay? From Gomrim, okay? We can return to the sutra that was quoted in Gomrim. Do you smell something here?
Is he proving himself by quoting himself?
Nope, he couldn't find the sutra.
Okay.
He doesn't name the sutra.
Yeah, right.
K2J doesn't name the sutra, and it's hard to find because people have created verses from the sutra. I had trouble finding it, but I did find it, okay? All right, here's the second quotation from that sutra. Okay, all right. By the way, this is why it is so amazing that we have computers, we have a database, we have all this 4,600 scriptures from ancient India, input by John Brady's team. Yay! God bless them. Okay. All right. And by the way, they are doing really great work these last few months to finish books for us.
Yay.
And by the way, I just sent them $100 tip for each input operator, just from me, okay? Maybe the mixed nuts want to do something like that, but at the end of the term or something, I don't know.
Cool.
All right, here we go.
Keltechela dakme sosortok, sosorteta keltek gom jena. Deni ningende tot drebuyu, yuchen kanyente ni sheminyer.
Okay, Kelte Chila Dagme Sosortok. If you investigate how objects are not themselves, okay, and if you meditate on the results of your investigation, okay, past tense, bertox, okay, so if you meditate on what you have finished investigating, that's the cause for the result of reaching nirvana, okay? We don't agree, we don't say that there's any other cause that can produce that result of nirvana, okay?
Nice.
Okay, and now K2J is gonna gloss that verse for us. Who's next, Dr. Green?
Seiji.
Yay, Seiji.
Che sumpar, some che sumpartar, tak me tope, sharab gumpar chepe, korwa, le druwar ngirte. Korwar, chingwei, sawa tak dangzin yinpe chiro.
Okay, you can translate this, and that's again why I chose Kirjay. He's not a simpleton, but he's readable. Okay.
It's like this just said.
Yeah, like that quotation says, if you gom dogme topeshira,
Yeah, if you meditate on the wisdom of realizing the lack of a self nature,
good.
you will
Correlate Drew.
become free from the circle of suffering.
And that's because the sawa for being chingwa into korwa
And that's because the root of being trapped in samsara
is dangzin.
is self.
Yeah, nice,
Sure.
nice. Yay, you're reading by yourself. Okay, I think we can do one more sentence, right, you guys?
I think you led me all the way
Yes,
through
sir.
that, though, sir.
No, you guys can read now. And KWJ is a very appropriate. Okay, let's go. Quick. Who's checking?
Daycheer Gyalway Sungram Ta Tak Kyang Deshin Nila So Shin Deshin Nila Bapa Shatak Yimpe Samten Sam Ki Chok Shemi Jawar De Kona Ni Tope Sherab Chel Ne.
This should be Selne, yeah. Mm,
I'd
okay.
never seen that combination
Yeah.
of letters before.
Yeah.
Selne Kompala Chiktu Duparjao.
Okay, cool. This is a very beautiful image of rivers flowing to the ocean. Okay, and it's not an uncommon image. Okay, Shulwa means for different rivers to go to a same destination. They all flow to the same destination,
They converge.
and finally they empty into the ocean. Okay, Bapa means here it means they empty into the ocean. Okay, they in the end they drop into the ocean. Okay, so what he's saying now you're equipped to translate this. All the Gyalwe Sumra,
All the teachings
yeah, of the Buddhas,
of the Buddhas,
they
because of that,
shul,
oh.
they shul into Deshenyi
they
all
all flow
towards
towards the way things really are.
yeah, and finally they bapa into Deshenyi.
And finally, they drop into the way.
Yeah, they empty into the
Ah,
ocean, the ocean
empty.
of emptiness. Shata means 100%. Okay, there isn't a Buddhist scripture that doesn't eventually wend its way to the ocean of emptiness. It's a very beautiful. It's a very beautiful sentence. Okay. Chokshe means be satisfied with something, some.
With only that meditation?
Yeah, with shamatha, just with shamatha.
Ah.
Mija.
Yeah, that's not going to do it.
Don't do that. Okay. Don't be satisfied just with getting deep meditation. You have to sell shera.
You have to seek wisdom.
Yeah, which
Or understanding, sorry. Which realizes.
here it is wisdom. Here it is
wisdom,
yeah.
Which realizes emptiness.
Yeah, okay. And this Drew, he has made a verb from Tsundru.
Uh-huh. And so you make great efforts to do that alone.
Yeah, you should focus single-pointedly. Chiktutsu.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, you should make huge efforts exclusively towards this kind of meditation. Okay, cool.
Thank you.
All right, and in the next episode, he's gonna use Gomrim Parba. What's that?
The middle. Column.
Yeah, the second of the 3 Gomrim books. Okay. Yay, yay,
Thank you,
Kamala
Geshe-la.
Shima. When is Geshe-la gonna finish that commentary? No. The diamond cutter. 26 today, right?
27.
27. Okay.
No longer Nick's birthday.
Hassel's birthday.
Now
and
it's
Tina's
Hassel's birthday.
Hassel's carrying on. Oh, Hassel, are you here this evening?
Yes.
Let's do his red book thing with Nick. How's that?
Yay.
Amazing.
You pick the number, Nick looks it up and reads it to you.
Yay.
Okay, tonight, okay? Here we go.
Sashi Puki Juki.
Yay.
Uh,
Thank you, Paula.
Venerable Upa, I will find that quotation in the Lamrim and stick it in your text and send the text to you. Okay.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Geshe-la.
Okay, cool.
Stay tuned, everybody. In 12 minutes.